our next guest is the hilarious, talented, Emmy-nominated writer, producer, and late-night talk show host who's making history and shattering glass ceilings in the world of comedy. And if that wasn't impressive enough, she's also a New York Times bestselling author. Please welcome Amber Ruffin!
Yay! I am so excited that Amber's here. I'm a huge fan.
I'm a huge fan. We're gonna fight for this. Okay, welcome to the show, Amber. Okay, you grew up the youngest of 5 children in Omaha, and later you followed your dreams of working in show business.
But
I have to know, what do you think you would be doing if you weren't in the business?
What would I be doing? Before I moved away out of Omaha, Nebraska, I coached gymnastics.
No.
And I was like, I'm going to coach gymnastics forever. This is the most fun. I'll be able to tolerate these children forever. Well, turns out.
What?
Turns out you were over them in a week.
I was over those children in it took 2 years, but I got over them pretty hard.
So wait a minute, can I ask really quick, so were you a gymnast?
Yeah.
Oh, I did a little bit of gymnastics when I was young. I think calling me a gymnast is a bit of a lie.
She dabbled into tumble.
Okay.
She dabbled.
Okay.
I feel you. All right. Now, an all-new season of your hit late night show, The Amber Ruffin Show, is back. And this time, you got less rules and so much more booze. It sounds so much fun. Tell us all about it.
Well, we're bad. Look, because there's a margarita budget, and we are acting out. No, I mean, we are very goofy, and we're having a lot of fun. We're also doing deep dives on social issues.
Great.
Yeah.
We will sing a song about wearing a bonnet to bed, and then we'll do a deep dive on drowned towns. You know, you never know what's coming up next on the Amber Ruffin Show. But we mostly just do topical comedy because we want to talk about a lot like The Real. Yeah. We want to talk about what is happening now,
right?
And trying to de-gaslight you, just like you guys do. You know, you take a topic that's happening right now and you go, this is not right. And you put words to it, and it makes people feel better. We like to think we do that too.
Absolutely. And you do it with such a sly, witty sense of humor. The time I found I actually became a fan of Amber, I fell across a post of hers that stood up against Asian hate.
Yes.
But she wrote it in such a clever way. And honestly, it was such an ally move. There wasn't a lot of voices from the Black community speaking up. And I was like, Amber, this meant so much. And we reposted it in our community. And I hollered at her. And I was like, please, can we be friends? So I just love that you really take relevant issues and you make them important for us to understand. But you do it in a humorous way so that we can all still be together and love each other in the process.
Oh my gosh, that is my hope. But you know, I just have a belief that you can't see all of those instances of hate and not say anything. Not because it's our job to stand up for blah, blah, blah. Not even because of that. It's just because when you see those things and you don't call them bad, then they kind of float around without a category. And then it's easy to convince people that that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And I just see that, and I want to stop it by any means necessary.
Boom.
So cool, so cool. Okay, Amber, I find this really hard to believe, but a major network initially turned down your proposal for the show. What did you think when they actually came back around and showed interest?
I was floored. So what happened was we realized that would have an open slot. This was years ago at this point. Yeah. And we thought, let's try to get in there with a late night show. And we wrote up a proposal and we gave it to them and they said, no. So then we're like, okay, well, good try. A year went by and they came to us and were like, we're starting this online channel, going to do streaming now. Do you want to be our late night show? And I was like, absolutely. So they were like, great, we already have this proposal. You're instantly approved. Let's go.
Smart move, NBC.
That is so good. Smart move for sure. Okay, let's talk about you making history as the first Black woman to write for a late night network talk show when you joined Late Night with Seth Meyers in 2014, and you continued to shatter glass ceilings. Does being the first affect how you take up space?
It didn't. because for a while I didn't know I was the first anything. No one expects to be the first anything. My goodness, it's 2022. But anyway, I certainly didn't see it coming. And I'm so glad I didn't, because then you kind of get that like old way of thinking where it's like, I have to do a good job because, you know, everyone's relying on me and all these people are watching and I have to be a good example for XYZ. But that's not always what is best for creativity. So I just went in there guns blazing and I didn't realize that there was any weight on it at all. And I'm glad that that's how it went down, because it really allowed us to do whatever the rip we wanted, and we're still doing it.
Amber, your show debuted during the height of the pandemic and social unrest, and now you have a live studio audience. How has the show evolved besides the margarita bar?
Garcelle, man, when I saw, like, I just thought when we got a audience, I thought, well, how are we gonna fill all these seats?
Oh,
I thought,
girl,
who's gonna show up? And it's still, when I go out and I go, hey, everybody, you know, thanks for coming. I'm just like, I can't believe all these people got here. Because I can remember doing improv shows for friggin' 8 people, and I was thankful. I was like, you know, but now it's like an audience, and there's like freaking hundreds of people in there. I'm like, I can't believe it.
Awesome.
What a good feeling. I love that. And you make them laugh, and they are so happy that they came. I know this. You're able to tackle the serious subjects while also incorporating humor, like we said before. How do you approach and balance the two? Because I know for us here, sometimes we have really serious issues that are just not, I mean, they're not even comfortable to talk about. But you, again, you have this humor about it that makes everybody able to come closer in talking about it. How?
Well, yeah, it's tough. It's a tough one. Like, personally, I think that it's certainly easy to find comedy in it, because that is why, remember, for like a million years, they were like, well, we can't find any Black comedy writers, you know? And it was like, well, Black people are the funniest people on the planet. We've had the hardest time, and in order to survive, you have to laugh. Today, to be this Black person today, you have to be able to goof around and laugh and have a nice time and create your own good time. So there's that element to it, which I think is, you know, really easy to tap into. Like, it's very easy to pretend like, you know, we're all around the kitchen table laughing about our racist boss, but, you know, swap out boss for governor, and you know, you're a little bit closer, right? You know, so look, but it makes it easier. And then, you know, something else that makes it easier, but is very gross, is we're all suffering. You know, everyone's having the same bad time. So it's because we're all on the same page. You know, it used to be, there was this huge chasm between different groups of people, but now everyone's able to see what everyone else is going through pretty clearly now. So it's putting us at a more even level.
Yeah, for sure. With shows like yours, right, there's still a lack of representation in late night talk space. Do you think we're moving in the right direction? Do you think we'll see more in terms of diversity?
Fingers crossed we will. I got my show. Then there was also, like, around the same time, 3 people did. It was me, Sam J, and Z-Way. And so, because I remember coming home and like watching the show. I'm saying this like I've been on for a million years. It's freaking 2 years. I need to calm down. But I would come home and watch the show and be like, oh my gosh, yay. And then you could flip and watch another Black lady have a late night show. And I could have cried. Then you waited a day and you watch Sam J's show, and it was the best. It was the best.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Well, we have to check out this clip from the Amber Ruffin Show because it's so good. Check it out.
First, let's get one thing straight. Ketanji Brown Jackson is qualified to be on the Supreme Court. She went to Harvard Law School. She was a public defender and a Supreme Court clerk and a district judge and a Court of Appeals judge. And she played Ronette in her college production of the musical Little Shop of Horrors. And last I checked, that is exactly what the Constitution requires.